Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rimworld. In the last episode we started getting up a stonecutter's bench, and I believe I was muted there for a time, and one of the things I also noticed that I put in while it was muted was this windmill. So I'm sure you figured that out eventually on your own, but I just wanted to make sure that was pointed out there. And I haven't put in another solar panel just because we're doing pretty good on battery power right now, so not too concerned about it. At the end of the last episode we got a heat wave started, so we really need to take care of that, and we need to take care of that sooner than later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in a cooler, but I need to figure out where I'm going to put this cooler and not impact a whole lot. And I kind of thought maybe up here, and then, you know, if we need to drill a hole out this way, not that big of a deal. That's one thought. The other thought could be over here, which would maybe be more ideal just for the simple fact that the power's right here. And if something happens to our batteries, hopefully the power's not going to cut out all the way over here either. Yeah, I think I am. I'm going to do this. So I've already explained this I think once, but blue is cold, red is hot, so just flip it around until you get it to where you need to be. And I am going to pop it down, I think just right there. And then we need to get vents in. And doesn't matter, as far as I know, where you put them, as long as the rooms are connected, it doesn't care. There, there, put one in there, and that should get our flow, because we're coming in here. This one's coming up into here, this one comes into here, this one carries over into here, this one goes up into here, and this one will come into here. So I think that'll take care of it. And they will be open by default, so I don't think we have anything to worry about there. I'm also not sure like how big this heat wave will be. It could be next to nothing. I mean, it could just raise like 10 degrees and be done. And if that's the case, then no harm, no foul. This little thing I did won't have any impact at all. But if I had to guess, it'll jump up into the 90s or more. That's what most of the heat waves have done in my experience. Go ahead and hunt that boar there too. He's butchering right now though. I'm not sure what is up with that. I think a good reason for that is probably... No, we're not really doing any repair or cooking. Fio's still asleep is part of the problem. I'm going to go ahead and set Doug to a 2 on cook, so hopefully he'll butcher. Actually, I could probably set him as a 1. Because all he would do is butcher, and he's not going to be able to do the rest of it. So yeah, we'll do that. Doug, cook 1. Rough Child is harvesting berries. Doug is still sleeping. And let's pump this up to ×2. See what happens here. And we're at 70 degrees already outdoors. Still growing. We're not getting the sunlight that we really need. Now, one thing I do like to do when I have a lot more power is I'll enclose ground area and I'll put a sun lamp in. We'll see what happens when Doug wakes up here. I'm going to put this down to 1 since everybody's up and going now. Doug is butchering. Awesome. Okay, so we've got our stonecutter's table open, so we're going to go in and tell it to make stone. And we're going to come in. This pauses the game, by the way, whenever you bring up one of these windows. I'm going to tell them only to do limestone right now. So that's all I'm going to pack in there, so that's all I want them to actually do. And I want it to do it until we have... let's say 200. It's kind of hard to tell if you're looking over here, so pay attention up here. So I'm going to say do until we have 200. And just let them go and see how that works. And we'll have to pay attention with the heat wave going on outside. We'll have to pay attention to our freezer, because you can see it's already up to 33 degrees, which means it's still frozen, so hopefully we'll be okay. Probably going to need more power. But with the eclipse, we're not getting the sun. So almost all of our power is coming from this little bit that the windmills are putting out and what's in our batteries. So we really, really need to get another source of power eventually here. Oops. I'm going to hunt that too. How much bear meat did we get out of that? Oh, we got quite a bit of bear meat, didn't we? Holy cow. Cargo pods, and they're all right outside our base. Oh, and it's all silver. That's like awesome. Oh, the circuit drone ended. Not that it was really affecting us, but it ended. So that's good. Alright, so we got a lot of silver. That's going to be excellent. Now, if I'd have known something like that was going to happen, my starting conditions might have been a little different. Alright, let's go and put a wooden bench there. I've got benches there and there, and you need one here. Probably ought to have some more light down here too, but I'm going to wait for him to get the vent system and the air conditioning put in, I think, before I do that. And what's Doug doing? Hauling steel. Doesn't have any more butchering to do at the moment. Oh, why nobody is hauling our berries over here? Guess we just got too much going on at the moment. I did turn off hauling as a number 1 for somebody, which was Rambler. Construction and repair, hunt, cook, grow and clean. Let's do 2 and 2. Maybe that'll get Roughchild over there to pick up those berries. So we need more food. What is she doing right now? Hauling still Shiv. Okay, we'll let her do that and we'll see what she does after that. And so we still, even though we've mined out some of this, we still haven't gotten far enough back there. Hauling berries. Okay, she's good. She's gonna go after the berries, so that's good. Good, good. And he is hunting the boar. Excellent. There's some more steel. Let's grab that too. Harvest that berry bush. Hopefully our little strawberry bushes here will be up and going here before long. And let's see. Really curious if there's anything beyond this besides just a little opening. It'd be kind of nice if it's a big open area. And apparently it's just going to be this little bitty bit. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. What's he doing? No, don't smooth the floor. Haul the gold. Let's get that out of there. Okay, he's getting this. It's 107 outside. And 53 in our cooler. So we've got to take care of that. Let's slow her down to that for the moment. I might need to dig this out and put another cooler in. High probability of that. I'm gonna switch that down to like 52. We'll see if that takes care of temperature or if we need to put in another one. It'd be kind of cool to have is like fans or something that you can put in other than just coolers. Something other than just coolers. That'd be kind of cool. Modders, get on that. Realize we don't have any kind of lighting down here, so let's put in that, and that means we're gonna though have to do this, and we'll just bring it down here like this. I'm just gonna go as far as I need to is what I'm trying to do on that kind of thing. And we're almost done with our research, so that's gonna be good. And I saw something about a group of travelers, but I haven't seen them yet. What's this food look like? Is it good? Yeah, hey, this food's pretty good. Let's grab that food. There's something you need to pay attention to. Even though we occasionally get the cargo pod notices, there's stuff that's on the ground when the map starts, and then also stuff just seems to show up randomly at times too. Maybe after every game close, I'm not sure. But we got enough people, I think we can kind of get some of that. Let's see, are any of these guys traders? Any question marks going? I don't see any. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a bunch of freeloading hippies. They're going to come and eat our food, and that's probably all it's going to be. It's also possible they won't even stop by the village. They may just walk on past. Let's see, how are we doing up here? 62, 89. Temperature inside is not great by any means. So let's get this darn eclipse to end. Set that to 0 degrees, see if that helps any. Our food's going to start to spoil real quick. Okay, so regardless, I'm going to go ahead and mine this out because stuff's too hot in here as it is. And then as soon as it's done, as soon as we get it mined out, we're going to pop in another cooler here. Okay, so far they ain't doing anything. I don't see any question marks still, so they're just passing on by, it looks like. They're not going to stop. Okay. And some light down here. We don't really need light in their bedrooms. They may say something about being in darkness for a while, but it's not worth it. They don't like the light on when they sleep either, as far as I know, so. Now before we can make some of this stuff, we actually have to build, so like geothermal, we need a high-tech research bench, so that'll be the next thing I build, probably. I don't have anything to do with making carpet. Television's okay, it gives us joy. That's not a bad thing. Hydroponics are not something we have the power to do right now. Devil Strand might not be bad. Smithing, I just soon buy stuff off of traders. We'll do the TV for now. That'll give us another option for some joy. And she's just holding still. He's hauling components. Good, he's building the cooler. That's good. Eclipse is ending. That's excellent. Our food is gonna spoil like uber fast here. Let's see if we can. If this will be enough to start cooling it down. It is cooling down. Whether it'll cool down enough's another story. See if anybody's complaining about the fact that they're hot. They're hot, but apparently don't all have heat strokes, so that's good. I don't know if that tree's in the way of anything. I'm gonna do something about it though. Still in the 90s, down to 72. I mean, that's good and all, but it's not great. Food's still gonna spoil. Lower it some more. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not just moving down as far as it'll go, it's largely because power consumption. So I want to do as much as I can with as little as possible, basically. Now, do I actually have somebody set up that can do stone cutting? Don't remember if that falls under crafting. do bills that crafting spot, cut stone, smelt items. So yeah, we do have one here. Fio. Fio is also our cook though, so I'll make it a 2. Fio should cook first. Okay, we're down to 50, so that's good. Still not great though. I'm afraid we're gonna lose out on some meat. Okay, let's do another tick here, and hopefully that'll be good. Might need to put in another vent as well. And it might make a lot of sense to put in another, or I said vent, but another cooler. It might make a lot of sense to put another cooler in over in this area somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and put one up there. And we'll come over here. Should be good enough. 104 outside, not great. So it's actually nighttime now, but apparently. We got like this huge, heavy fog. Now, I don't know if that's wreaking havoc on some of our growing and power or not. My assumption is it is. A lot of berries out here, but they got a long life, so I'm not too terribly concerned about them. Let's see. Now, one theory I've seen on battery is as long as they're not full, you won't get the power shortages. I'm not sure I subscribe to that. I'm pretty sure I've seen it happen, but ever since I heard that, I haven't seen it happen again, so I'm not positive. So that might be the trick, is to keep your batteries consumption low. But one of the other things you can do is put in a power switch. And so like I can put a power switch in. It's probably not the ideal place for it, but put one in here and you can turn it on and off as needed. If I had to guess, I'd say these guys are hot. Sleeping in the heat, yep. But I haven't seen heat stroke becoming a problem, so that's good. Now it's 80s over here, but 90s over here, so see that there is some sort of travel factor involved. Ooh, I need to put a vent in there. Somebody out there's probably seeing that going, ooh, buddy, you need to do this. And you would be correct. Let's put it in there. And switch it up to a 2, because it's not fun to watch people sleep. How about we put in a chess table somewhere? I think I'd be tired of playing nothing but horseshoes, I would think. Put that in there. I'll hold off on building any stools for it right now. Did want to look at something here. Can't see what. We don't want to do that. So I'm gonna have to just kind of eyeball it. Whoops. Let's see. It's smooth, so that's not. I can tell all that's not. But this is, and this is okay. So I think this. I do believe that'll take care of the smooth floor in there. Or take care of the floor. Okay, so it's down to 17 degrees in here, so that's like way overkill. So let's raise it at least a couple of degrees. And it's 72 on the rest of it, but see, part of it is the temperature dropped several degrees outside, so even though it's still a heat wave, it's dropped down into the 90s instead of being in the hundreds. Okay, that was fast. Just get that built. Good, they're finally growing again. That's excellent. And could really probably use some more steel, but just have it on hand. You can really never have too much of it. But I'd already had picked up a bunch of it, so... And we got some more that they can haul, so... Oh good, our dogs are hauling now. That's excellent. So yeah. Now, I don't generally use the release and rescue. We'll see. I'm still not pregnant, so no puppies in the future for a while. Let's see. Let's see if we can't get this guy hunted while it's raining out. And our hunter is Rambler, who is hunting. Good. Do it. Do it. Get him. Got him. Now see, the best time to do this is when it's raining, because this will all just get taken care of. We won't have to worry about beating out the rain. So that's awesome. Oh good, the heat wave is over. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and take rabbit. We'll hunt that too. So we should now be able to increase we'll go 16, and we don't want this to be a walk-in cooler. So we'll raise this up to like, oh I don't know, let's say like 66, sounds pretty good. And what I might do is toggle that off. I'll leave one on. We'll see what that does to the temperature before I go too far. Let's take a look at Doug here. Let's see. How's his cooking skill? Oh, see, he has leveled up, so that's awesome. In no time, he'll be maybe able to actually cook regular meals. Alright, we need a research bench up and going, that's right. High-tech research. Steel, I'd rather build it out of something else. Let's do wood. I'll still use steel, but it won't use anywhere near the amount. Maybe here? Yeah, right there. Now, believe it or not, they can walk across these benches, but that's not very realistic, so I don't think I'll be doing that. Perhaps... could do something of that nature, and then that still gives me the option of closing off that room down there as a hospital area at some point. And I don't think it'll impact his ability to work, so let's do this. And also, what we would like to start doing now is putting in some trade beacons. So I think I'm going to put in a beacon out here. We may or may not use this entire thing, I don't know. Here's what I'm going to do though. Once this gets up and going, we'll put in a stockpile that matches this, and then anything that's in this radius will be able to be tradable. But we don't want just one. We're going to need a couple of them. I'll pause that. The question is, where I usually put one in my refrigerators. Just in case I want to, if I have corpses on hand, or if I decide to like butcher the human meat. It's not something I normally do, but human leather sells for quite a bit, so I do sometimes put them in here. It also gives me the option to sell off medicines if I'm making them. I'm not going to do it right now though, because I'm not doing anything that I'm willing to sell. We're going to need to build an interior stockpile somewhere that for things like leathers and cloth. So we will be getting on that at some point. Kind of thinking my communications console, I thought over here originally, but I think it might be better to have it up in here somewhere. Especially since it needs power. Don't put it there. Do something like that. I don't really like that idea though. What's it? Oh, television. No, I think I am gonna put it down here. We'll build it there. Alright, and we got our new research bench up and going, so now we come down here and we can research geothermal. And once we have our geothermal in place, this should eliminate our need for batteries, or at least allow us to put them on a switch. And let's see, we need to do something about stockpiles. Let's do, actually what I should do, let's start with this. We need a place to put our batteries where we can turn them on and off without any problem. I usually like putting them in the rock, just that way if something happens that they blow up, the rock won't explode. So if I build them 3 back, I can put a battery here and a battery here, and if they blow up, not a big deal. I think it's 3. It might be 4 back that I need to go. I'm gonna do 4. I don't recall. It's been a while since I've done it. We'll do this. And then what we'll do is we'll build power over to here. And the way we'll do this is we'll come up here like this. And I'm not exactly sure where this will end up being at when it's all said and done, but it'll be something of this nature. And we'll have a power switch. Actually, I don't know if that's the best place for the power switch. Let me think this through again. I'm trying to remember. I don't think power switches are affected by being outside. So actually, yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about if you double click on stuff. Do that, and then get them. And then what we can do is we'll build our batteries back here. Easy peasy. But we need to first get the research done before I want to even bother moving batteries. So that is something I can do. I can just reinstall and just click this button until, boom, move them up here. So we'll be doing that eventually. That'll give us a little bit more room in our freezer too. Not that we really need it right now. Oh man, our power is not good. We've got no wind going, and we've got no solar because of the rain. We have harvested all of our berries, it looks like. Maybe not the best yield in the world, but that's probably because all of our people that are cutting them are, well, skill of 8. So unless these guys maybe did it, it's a possibility. You know, I'm gonna leave him on just because he has a little bit of passion for it, but okay, going. Okay, good. The windmills are going now. Look at him go. Now see, this one should be spinning an absolute same amount, so what's going on here? Ah, there it is, right there. Now, that's one of the reasons I like to go ahead and put floors in out here, because I don't have to deal with that kind of mess. Okay, so we got our trade beacon up and going, so what I'm going to do is pause, and I'm going to come over here to this, and I'm going to copy the settings for this stockpile. So what that does is just whatever these settings are, it's copying them to the clipboard. The internal game clipboard. And then I'm going to delete this stockpile, and then I'm going to create a stockpile, and I'm going to paste the settings. And if I come in here and look, all the settings should be pasted for what we had. So, excellent. It's not great as it goes for a stockpile, but there are a few things we're going to keep out there. Go ahead and tell it to cut down this wood. You as well, you as well. Ooh, we got a pig down here. Honey. And we probably really ought to think about getting another garden up and going. Since we're bringing in some food now. I'd really like to build it up here, but that's so far away from our current setup. I don't know that I really want to do that, so let's just do this. And do we want potatoes? We might. Potatoes pretty much have to be cooked, though. If they're not cooked, it's not going to be great. We'll leave it. We'll leave it as potatoes. And then what I also want to do is build another area. Not sure if I want to do 8 by 8 or something smaller, maybe. Let's do like a 8 by 4, and we're gonna make this heel root. Now, heel root is basically a medicine that we can get. It's an herbal medicine. Oops. Was this going on right? Yeah. Okay. And put in another one over here. This one, let's make it cotton. That'll allow us to start making some, what's that? That'll allow us to make some clothing. Got our power switch up and going, which isn't going to do us any good at the moment, but it's there. Get stuff hauled out of here. I heard something yelp. I'm guessing it was the dead rabbit. I don't think I want to worry about the trade beacon because of the meat. Initially I thought I'd put it in there, but I don't know if that's going to be worth it. Yeah, look at this stuff going now. That's got me concerned about this, though. It's almost done researching. I'm going to leave this bench in for now, just because if we research something that doesn't require it, it's going to allow another person to do some research. Leave him alone, Theo. Rambler's researching. I really want to get that one up and going. Look how nice and bright it got outside. Huh. Hey, we got our muffalo back. So before I start doing that, I am going to save. I haven't done that in a little while. And oh, good. I'll just click OK, and I'm going to shoot the muffalo. Goes green. He's going to come out here and he's going to shoot at the muffalo. Take him down. He's getting better. What's his shooting skill at? 9. Dead muffalo. Here, we'll go ahead and we're going to hunt that one too. Alright, so now. Geothermal. I guess that's pretty good on the size of that. It's not perfect. So let's do this. Power. Geothermal. And we are going to have to put in a little bit more here. And let's go ahead and hunt that muffalo too. Let's load up our freezer. Okay, what else do we got here? Hospital beds are good. multi-analyzer allows us to research stuff faster, but I've been finding that researching in Alpha 13 is pretty darn quick, even with somebody who doesn't have that much skill. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that right now. I think that they need the multi-analyzer for a couple of things like shipbuilding basics, but quite honestly, I'm not planning on leaving this planet anytime soon. So I'm not sure how much I care. What's charge shot? Understand the secrets of pulse charge energy projectile munitions. Allows you to build the charge rifle. Now that's cool. Okay, so we're definitely going to do that eventually. But for now, I want to do fire foam. So if you haven't read any of the patch notes for Alpha 13 or haven't ever played before, so in Alpha 12, the only way you could fight fires was you could send people over to it and they'd just sit there and they'd punch at it. A little like Minecraft, they'd just sit there and punch at stuff until they get things done. And it would put out the fire. In here, we have the ability to actually build these fire foam extinguishers, and they work kind of like the orbital trade beacon in the sense that they'll have an area similar to this. I think maybe a bigger area. I'm not sure. I don't recall. But anyways, if I was to pop down a foam thing like right here, then if anything catches on fire in here, it automatically triggers the foam popper and extinguishes the fire around it. Now it requires cleanup work when it's all said and done. I believe you got to clean up that foam. But that's much better than having to rebuild your power stations or guns or anything of that nature. So that's a pretty cool little deal. And I thought I had toggled that off. I bet what I did is hit reconnect power by mistake. Now, it'd be really good to actually go ahead and move these batteries probably as soon as this gets built. Do it whenever we actually have a lot of power being generated still. You don't want to do it beforehand. I should probably haul those things just because they keep wanting to cut that corner there. Let's see. How are we doing on our meat situation now? We got lots of meat. Lots of buffalo leather. Excellent. Oh, we are almost full here. So what I'm going to do is add another bill, say fine mills. And I want to do until I have say 20. Now I want to keep the simple mills first. I could use this to lower the priorities, but I want to keep the simple mills in stock, and they'll consume the fine mills first. So, in theory, that'll work out really well. About done with this thing yet? Here we go. It's building it now. It's good. We got 2 colonists idle. What are they doing? Just wandering around, not doing anything? We can't have that. Not in my colony. Here. Here. Do some mining. I don't know that the steel will go back that far, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, we'll take care of it at that point. And let's go ahead and mine out this as well. This is compact machinery, which will give you components. Now, eventually, I want to put in a tailoring bench so we can actually start using up some of this buffalo leather and stuff. But let's see. One thing I want to do really fast. I'm going to come in and just say no roof area. Just because sometimes you'll get a roof area in this little, on these overhangs, if I accidentally build something out, and then that'll cause stuff not to grow. Now, one thing I could do is go ahead and close this, put a sun lamp in once we get the power going. Because if we look right here, we're generating a ton of power. We don't need anywhere near that kind of power. Not yet, anyways. So let's go ahead and move these batteries. Move one there. And move this one here. And whoops. See, research done. Sweet. Do this. I'm going to go ahead and assume that I'm going to build more batteries. So we'll do this, and then we're going to leave this open too, because if they get too hot, they can explode. It's interesting that it moved fully charged. I honestly didn't know if it would do that or not. And what's going on here? Oh, we got a trader. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if I look at the trader, I wanted to see. I kind of got the impression we could click and see what they had to trade, but I'm guessing it's coming from all the people, so I'm not really too concerned about that. Now, who's my good trader? I'm paused. Social Roughchild is probably the best. So, as soon as she gets that hauled. Okay, and I want you to come down here and trade with Justin. Let's see what Justin has here. He wants our dogs. He's not getting our dogs. I don't want a grizzly bear, and I definitely don't want boom rats. He'll take that, so let's get rid of that. That's something terrible we just don't need. It's got an excellent sculpture. Don't believe he's gonna have anything we really want. Its medicine wouldn't be bad. That's Glitterworld medicine. Nah, we got tons of medicine. We haven't really used any, so I don't think that's important. The downside is not really got anything we can get from him. I could sell him off my gold. Maybe 571 that we could get out of it. But honestly, I'm not sure about some of the new components in the game. We might really want that gold and be upset that we got rid of it. I could buy a hat or something for Doug, but I think I'm gonna let it be. I'm just gonna sell this off, and the bad thing is it's not even giving us anything for it, but we'll do it anyways. Who's idle? Doug, what are you doing? Go rest. Alright, so that's up and going, so what I want to do is flick that off. And I am going to go ahead, while we have the steel and everything, we're going to do this, get it in, the power will be off, we'll get them charged eventually. And let's see here, I'd really like to see these things go away. Maybe they came with them. And we need another research project. Let's go ahead with the multi-analyzer. And let's see about putting in. This thing's saying we've got blocks. We have 180 limestone blocks. Oh, I see what's happening. So they've been building the blocks and they've been taking them over here, apparently. This is preferred, and this one is normal. So it slows them down, but I don't know how much it slows them down. You know what? I'm actually going to delete this stockpile. And I'll open this up for having some area for some other stuff. Maybe I want to move some of my stuff in here down in there. I'm not sure. I really need a bigger open area for that. Could build down here like this, where they take a big old long line of stuff in there. That would work out okay. Really wish this water wasn't here. Let's see. Good, get out of here. Take your boom rats with you. Okay, nope. Nope. So I could, if I did this, gosh, that would be such a skinny little room. And on top of it, well, that would take care of a lot of it. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad. It looks funky though. It does kind of keep a roadblock a little bit from people coming in this direction, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I may change my mind later. Put a door in there. Now see, we also have steel embracers. That's something where they can shoot through the walls, which is pretty cool. But in my testing, it's also found that it allows people to shoot in through those. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. Let's go ahead and get those charged up. So what I was saying is if I had an embracer right here, I could shoot out of here and shoot at people coming in, but these guys could also shoot in at me, which is still better than just being out in the open. Provides me protection and them none. I have no idea how long this episode has been, so for sure had to have at least one cut put in here. Let's see, let's go ahead and do this. See, this is going to be the downside, I'm afraid. They might be okay, though. So it needs 50% light. Needs 50% light. And it's getting... Oh, the shadow apparently doesn't matter. It's still considering it brightly lit. I'm getting that down here. So it's dark, but brightly lit. So we'll keep an eye on it. And like I said, now that we got power going, what I might end up deciding to do anyways is just go ahead and build out around it and put in one of these orbiting trade beacons. Okay, now we need to let's just do this. And in case you missed it when I first mentioned it, power through the walls is best because there's a beauty associated with them. And we want to create a stockpile. And the stockpile, we're going to use the settings for this. Paste it here. Oops. Take a glance at what they are. Oh yeah, it allows like everything, so we don't want food. We don't want medicine. No food, no medicine. What else? No raw resources. Items, weapons, apparel, body parts. Body parts don't spoil, so that's okay. Or at least they didn't used to. I'm assuming they still don't. So I think that'll work, and we will make this my critical area. And then we are going to delete that stockpile. And they'll start bringing stuff down here. So they'll start bringing stuff down here, and we'll be good to go. Now, I did want to kind of look here. How much leather do we have? We got quite a bit of muffalo leather. Now, the problem is, though, is muffalo leather is worth $3.50 a piece. So if we don't use it, we could use it for selling. Boar. So let's take a look at our leather situation here. I could use boar skin. And I think we'll do this before we end the episode. We're going to build a boar skin chair. Where am I going to put it? I'm kind of thinking we can build TVs now. So maybe what we should do is have like this as our entertainment room. Because I'm growing cotton too, which means that I can build a pool table eventually here. So I think maybe like guess we're not doing anything with this areas down in here anymore. Let's do something like this. It can be like an entertainment room. We may even build up some more of them here. But for now we'll just build one. And oh, Oh, we're out of components. That's not good. Now see, they have a viewable area, which I thought was pretty cool. So if I put it here, I can put chairs. I'm pointing at the screen again, guys. I can put chairs all the way in that white area, and they'll all be able to watch TV. So I think that'll work out good. But we are out of components. We have 2 left. All these batteries took it up. So we need to mine out some more machinery here. So I believe that's what it's going to do. Can be mined for useful components. Yep. I do kind of wonder how compact machinery got there. Seems odd. I don't know if that's the way the developer is intending it to stay, or if he just did it because that's an easy way to handle the situation for now, is just mine the components. Be curious what they do with it later on. And before we end the episode here, we are going to go ahead and tell it to mine out some of this. And we actually did get a lot of steel over here, and we've used a lot, so let's go ahead and do a little bit more. Rambler's up here mining because he doesn't have any research to do. So what we want to research next. We need to get the multi-analyzer installed before we can actually research some of that other stuff. So I'm going to do a hospital bed for now. I'll just set that there, and I do believe that is going to be it for this episode. So we've got quite a bit done. Got our new research bench, we've got a communications console up, we've got a storage room for our normal materials. We are making stone blocks. They're taking them over here at the moment. We may want to do something about that to make it a little more efficient later. We survived a heat wave. We survived an eclipse. And we got food growing, and we got some more of it up and going. We got more potatoes, or we got some potatoes up, or get some heel root and some cotton. So that'll give us some stuff to do some more building with later. And yeah, I do believe that's going to be it. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And I will see you back again next time for another episode of Rimworld. Thanks.